Hello, all my wonderful, beautiful broskies, wonderful, beautiful bros, guys. Nation, I am the Dark, the Shadow of the Maverick, the Dark Shadow Maverick, and let's get ready for part 3 of What If Izuku was the Lagiacrus. And if you guys saw the previous 2 parts, you know what you're in for. Just because it says it's the Lagiacrus doesn't mean it's just pure Monster Hunter. I have a lot of other shit. Plus, I remembered that it's not just the regenerators. That the regenerators are part of the thing, but that it isn't just the regenerators. They aren't a separate thing. They are a part of it. Not separate from it, but they're a part of it. And what I mean is, they're a part. I believe this is true. They're a part of the whole thing, the necromorphs. I especially like the necromorphs that look like freaking crab spider things. Like giant crab spiders. I like those. Those look cool. Freaky diggy shit. Okay. Basically, why I brought up the necromorphs. Well, that's not as much important as what this part is going to be about. Whenever we get ready to going. Look at me acting like Tommy was so from the freaking room. You're tearing me apart, Lagiacrus. You're tearing me apart, necromorphs. I'm Ark, how's your sex life? That's the one that always breaks me. He's like, hi, Mark. Okay, he said hi. Okay. How's your sex life? And I'm like, wait, what? like everything just like shuts off, and then I just go into a fit of laughter. Good God. If only the room didn't have to end with Tommy Wiseau committing suicide. At least Tommy Wiseau's character committing suicide. So basically, you guys wondering how this third part is going to start off? Let's see. Part 3. Well, seeing as in last parts, we got 2 new friends added to the whole little survival group. One of them with the quirk that makes them a behemoth. And the other one with the thing that isn't really so much a quirk as a result of some freaky deaky shit experiments that have to do with the regenerators. Basically making the person half regenerator, half actual human. But they call it a quirk as to not arouse suspicion. And that person with the whole regenerator problem, being half regenerator, half human, is Aerie. And Coda is the one with the behemoth quirk. And something I'm deciding to do is that, characters that are like from like these games, like it's gonna be different for the Subnautica monster things. I'm gonna have basically the Subnautica monsters are gonna be the one exception Like, basically, the Subnautica monsters are going to be basically, Izuku, whenever going into the Lagiacrus form, and Koto, whenever going into the Behemoth form, they can indeed, even whenever they're in the human form, they can kind of, but it actually makes it a lot easier to whenever they're in their monster forms. Like, they can still understand when they're human form, but it's a lot easier to understand whenever in the monster forms. So, Lagiacrus and Behemoth. And you may be talking about understanding. Well, until I figure out any other, monsters from Monster Hunter that I might want to put in this, which, as of now, not really. Basically, all the colossi can be understood. Like, it's the same thing. They can be understood whenever they're in human form, but it's a lot easier to understand them when they're in their monster forms. Because the colossi themselves are like monsters. Basically, so part one, not part, frick. Part three is going to start off with Izuku basically, after he's done having his freaking meal of, already badly wounded enough Sea Emperor, he finally found that Sea Emperor and caught it and kicked the living shit out of it right before, emerging from the water with its dead carcass about to just chow the frick down. And that's whenever realizes a little big ol' area of sand that's actually made up to the surface that, Izuku usually uses as his training area. In his area where he actually has enough space to become the Lagiacrus on land. There's several holes in that area, the floor. There's several holes, like freaking Digletts, just like a war zone of Digletts and Dugtrio. Just entire all the way through there. Several holes. And Izuku would just be like, what? But he would not, miss his chance to, actually eat the food that he killed. I mean, that's just being wasteful. And Izuku isn't about all that. He's still going to eat Sea Emperor, and then deal with the problem later. And by later, I mean right after he, cleans himself off from eating all of that, Sea Emperor. And, I mean, even the bones of the Sea Emperor, he would chow down on. So, yeah. Basically, Izuku actually going back down to his small form, his human form, trying to figure out what the hell is up with all those damn holes. He thinks there might be some sort of form of monster, or maybe even a colossus, that's created these. And that's whenever, coming out rushing through the sand with its freaking, nightmare-inducing eyes, literally carving through all the holes that it had made previously. Yeah, the 10th Colossi, Dirge. Literally about to nominate Izuku, right before Izuku just is like, yeah, no, thanks, buddy, just no. Literally turns Lagiacrus form, grabs, Dirge's jaws with its hands, and such just surge all the electricity from his back all the way into George's everything. Like, all the way into its insides, basically. And all the way from inside to the inside out. It's like cooking Dirge. As until, like, Dirge pulls some barrel roll bullshit like Star Fox 64. And, tries to, like, crock roll Izuku. But, yeah, Izuku isn't having that. Izuku just flips Dirge over. Like, over his back. Like some sort of Cena shit. John Cena. And then just, like, one punch straight down on Dirge's neck. Pinning it to the ground. Literally on its back. And with its limbs flailing all the way up in the air, unable to, dig around or make any more holes to, like, either hide in or just, like, get the frick out of the way. Boom! Get out of the way. Like, Izuku isn't letting that happen. He's just pinning him by one claw. Like, pinning him all the way down onto the neck with one claw. And the other claw is like, okay. Just like right above Dirge's head. And about to go for a slash that would like cut through Dirge's eyes. And Dirge is just like, whoa, buddy. It's like one of those moments, like, whoa! But I want to give the colossi cool voices. So it's just gonna be like, but it's like a hissing scream, so that's what it sounds like that. And the hissing scream kind of, it isn't really ear-piercing as it is just annoying. And so, kind of just flips Dirge over again, causes it to barrel roll out of the way. And almost, hitting the ocean, but, Dirge with its claws, like, grabs onto the ground, like, very deeply, and just barely manages to get back on its feet. And it's like, what? Like, I see. Lagiacrus. Indeed. Dirge, indeed. Like, Izuku's just like, it's like, Dirge, indeed. Yes, before you say anything, I am the one responsible for the holes. Okay? No, not okay, asshole. This is my training spot. FYI, this is my training spot, asshole. And they'll just be like, what? You have a training spot? So, I wasn't hallucinating that child. Wait. This is some sort of quirk thing, isn't it? You're at the gene pool? Yeah, well, it missed my parents and went all the way straight to me. And the first time it ever happened, I was 5. And they ended up dying. Because of the fact that it didn't just freaking listen to the doctor and, throw me away. They kept me, and because of that, they died. I was the age of 5 whenever it happened. At least tried to control myself enough to make their deaths quick and painless. As much as I could at the time. I see. Even when you're at the tender age of 5, you can still compose yourself. Now I know you're the Lagiacrus. Only the Lagiacrus could truly have that much restraint. Sent through a quirk. Unlike the colossi, I stranded the Lagiacrus through a quirk, which ended up making it as something the human would call a mutation quirk. Only the Lagiacrus would have that kind of potential. The only other one that comes close It's the behemoth. Oh, you mean my friend Coda? What? You mean you're literally friends with... Yeah, this kid named Coda who has this quirk that allows him to turn into a behemoth. We've been around a couple different areas, even one that we believe that could have possibly been home to the first colossi. And what we found was a giant-ass Kanabu. Basically, we did our best to try and haul it over to our home. And it's a good thing that basically my house is made out of like the strongest materials that I could find at the time. Otherwise, that giant-ass Kanabu would have sunk it. Wait, Kanabu, like the weapon of a Shigoki. Yeah, I mean, the behemoth, at least in the way he uses it, or was trying to use it against a Sea Emperor. Poor kid. Basically, the way he does things in his own behemoth style does seem a lot like requirements of a Shigoki. So, thought, well, if you can learn at the same pace that everyone else is learning. My friend Mineta is my closest friend that I've ever had for quite some time. He's a good medic, and he's also trying to learn how to use mana to, create an attribute to his pop-off quirk. So does not just make them sticky, but for them to have an elemental sort of pizzazz to them that would give them a type of lethality. So, you're telling me that... Yep. Almost seems like you have more than just those. The Coda one, and the Mineta one. Well, there is that one person who's half regenerator, half human. Wait, you mean those annoying as things that we have to kill and keep on killing because they won't leave us the frick alone? Wait, what do you mean by us? Oh, well, that's just old memories of whenever they were still around. By the look on your face, Dirge, are you talking about Hydrus? Yes, the 7th Colossi. I know Hydrus is the 7th. Ugh. Good God. Ugh. Are you telling me that Hydrus is no longer around these parts? Or you've been making your home underground? How the hell does that even work? How deep underground does this entire place go? Deeper than you would ever think, probably. Deeper whenever you would ever think. Yes. It was a lot easier to stave those things away back whenever it was the both of us. But now it just seems like they've lost interest. And it's a good thing. Just the regular necromorph creatures kill rather easily. Well, I mean, you are the 10th Colossi, Dirge, so I don't really think any of them would stand a chance. Necromorphs. Now I know that's just another thing we gotta worry about. You worrying about these freaking necromorphs? Especially the spider crab-like ones. You actually having to worry about that? Don't make me laugh, Lagiacrus. First of all, my name is Izuku Midoriya, and second of all, well, I mean, whenever you're friends, it's more or less I'm worried about Mineta. His mana training is getting better, but it's nowhere near what it would need to be if the type of mana he's going to try to utilize is going to work as an efficient weapon against anything close to the necromorphs that I know of. Okay then, what's that type then? Ice mana. He says it seems to be the most simple one to start out with, so that's why he went with ice. I guess I'll try to patch everything up and, get out of your way. No. Wait, what do you mean, no? I want to know about Hydrus. You said the two of you used to be together. Not even in a relationship, but, well, a type of romantic relationship, but more or less a relationship as friends. What happened to that? You see, it was... God, why do I keep on having to do that? Anyways, hopefully back to the story. What a couple for freaking hairball. Anyways, you see, Izuku, it was a certain kid, hair color like a faded blonde, spiky hair too. They were very loud and, well, unstable. I was going to put them out of their misery. It seemed as if their anger stemmed from sadness. Once I had finally listened up enough to figure out what that sadness came from, I figured out, apparently, something happened and they lost their parents. That's why they had so much sadness-filled anger inside of them, pouring through them like a roaring river into the deepest of waterfalls. I didn't want them to do something stupid that would surely land them in the deepest of hells. So I decided I was going to be the one to kill them and finally put them out of their misery. Wait, you said faded blonde spiky hair and very loud. Oh shit. No way in hell. You believe you remember this one? This one might just be Katsuki Bakugo. Yeah, actually, I do remember. Ended up running into Hydrus. I guess I scared them with my eyes so much that they ran away out of sheer fear. Literally, just your eyes, and Bakugo ran away like a little... Don't call him. Oh. From the expression on your face, I can tell the story only gets worse from here. Yes and no, Izuku. Yes and no. To be truthful with you, him running away from me only ended up landing him in the midst of a staring contest with Hydrus. Wait. Oh yeah, you two guys literally live together? That close? Wow. No wonder they say the expression French to the end is a truly real thing. Well, what happened afterwards? I just eat Bakugo? Actually, no. The exact opposite. They, just as much as I, were able to see the truth in that human's eyes. You know of us being reincarnations of the originals that were killed by the boy known as Wander. Yes, this is true. Yes, this is indeed true. I know that. I know of that tale. And also that Wander became the 17th colossi and then was killed by others. I wasn't really specific about who those others were, but was specific about the fact that he was killed. And then after his death, resurgence of you guys were like almost a second generation. Yes, second generation colossi. We had the same names, and we're basically the same beings, but we're more second generation. We have certain advantages and disadvantages that our previous selves did not. And what exactly does that have to do with Bakugo and Hydrus? Hmm. Uh, well, after the boy had nearly yelled Hydrus' ears off, at least that's what I thought would have been the case, Hydrus nearly gave the boy a look of pity. Apparently, our large size allows us to be a lot more resistant to loud sounds than you would think. And it comes with the territory of being a Lagiacrus. I mean, just because I'm, used to it and pretty much immune to it, doesn't exactly mean that it can't be annoying. But what does Bakugo being his usual loud self have to do with anything him and Hydrus? That is, unless you're saying that Hydrus, seeing his despair at basically everything he's gone through ever since he lost his parents, Hydrus truly felt sad for the poor boy. He's nothing like the human known as Wander. All of you could get very angry, and that did indeed cause his quirk to activate, sending out large explosions. It never really bothered Hydrus. Just more sadness towards the poor boy. Eventually, he cried himself to sleep after realizing that none of his explosions were working on Hydrus. There was nothing else he really could do. Hydrus, realizing the poor boy had forgot to give himself any sort of cover from the elements, brought him onto their back and wrapped themselves around the boy, shielding him from the wrath of the elements. As it was one hell of a storm that particular night. 5 nights, in fact, the storm had lasted. 5 nights. I just did their best to shield the poor boy from the elements. Apparently, the poor boy, known as Katsuki Bakugo, actually was used to it by now. I just didn't exactly want the boy to know, but they were indeed aware of the fact that he wasn't always asleep during those 5 nights. There were indeed times where he was woken up by the wrath of Mother Nature herself. But with Hydrus wrapped around him, he felt the best thing I could compare it to. Almost like the love of a mother. Yeah, that's right, Hydrus is a girl. So, then what happened? Well, after the 5-night storm, Bakugo finally woke up and decided to share tales of every single dream that he had had with Hydrus after the fact that he had finally gotten over the fact that he was literally on their back, being surrounded by their long body, which he had realized was crackling with electricity. Why would it be crackling with electricity? I mean, I know that's one of Hydrus' things that it does, but, well, she does, but, I mean, that's only if, enemies. And, as far as what I've been able to tell, I just really felt pity towards Bakugo. That's just the thing. I don't know how to put this. How do I put this? Izuku, do you remember any sort of thing after what happened to your parents? Between that and whenever you actually de-transformed for the first time. But anything else in between then and now? Like, considering the transformation? Well, I do remember there was a big creature crackling with electricity, hissing, bridled rage, out of motherly love, maternal instincts to protect their young. Oh, it's just a single human boy. Oh God, did I? Well, you're able to kill off those Sea Emperor things so easily. What do you think you would have been able to do to Hydrus? God. God. Please tell me Hydrus is still alive. Please tell me I didn't kill them. I can't exactly say, because I don't know if I would be lying to you or not. Whatever answer I gave you, if it would be a lie or not. Well, then what happened to Bakugo? Please, Izuku, calm down. That is the one saving grace. These tunnels, they're basically left like this because, well, as far as I'm concerned, in order to keep the pigmentation in their skin, you humans need sunlight. However, there is indeed an effort to surround the tunnels. Wait, the surrounding rocks are meant to be, yes, eventual covers for whenever nature's next wrath would come upon us. I mean, you live with the boy, yes. He would have drowned had I not found him. I wasn't exactly used to being in the midst of large masses of water, but, well, the fierceness of the Lagiacrus can cause many things to change, including, well, the actual option to stay on land. I didn't want to be known as someone, you know. I could have had Bakugo killed had you not done that selfless act of diving into the water to save him. Yes, Izuku, I'm afraid so. You were literally that wrathful the first time you transformed. But you caused several things to change. You tore up the landscape completely. There was barely anything left. You ever wondered why everything looks so different from the last time that you can remember transforming? It's because of you. Just not meaning to hurt you, just being honest. It's because of you. I did my best to try to scare you off some way, somehow, so that you wouldn't hurt the poor boy. Where's Bakugo now? Is he still down there? Why do you wish to know so badly? Well, normally it would probably be to apologize, but I don't think that would work. After all, if I don't know or you don't know about the state of Hydra's, their well-being, and Bakugo would definitely not know. I imagine that would greatly make him angry. Not just with one person, but probably with everyone. You allowed me to stay here for so long, almost like you had the power to combat what I have become. You and Hydrus both knew it. The power of the Lagiacrus is a legend for a reason. Even the Sea Emperors know, though they still have enough hubris to try and act like they could kill me. I've become a monster dirge. I've become what I never wanted to become. I wanted to be a hero, not this. Izuku, it is not your fault, and I will not let you act like it is your fault. Dirge. Huh? Uncle, what the hell are you yelling about this time? Didn't I just tell us both to stop being so damn angry all the time? Bakugo. Yeah. Who else would be down there besides you? It's our home, remember? Izuku. Dad, get back into the tunnels. I can do this. No, you do not need to. I'm not letting what happened to Hydras happen to you. Damn it. What the? Izuku. No. No, 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 no. This isn't what I wanted at all. Damn it. He's running away. Let him run. But no buts, Katsuki Bakugo. Love of the 7th colossi, and also love of myself, the 10th colossi. I am not willing to let you. You would surely end up dead if it came down to a life or death battle. Either that, or that child would free will allow them to kill them, just as a form of allowing you to feel better, or at least for however long that revenge high lasted. You know what they say about revenge. It is never as satisfying as believed to be. And it doesn't solve any problems. Sometimes can even be argued that revenge only makes them worse. Pop, I hate it whenever you're right and I'm wrong. Well, what are we supposed to do? Izuku has made some friends of his own. Maybe you can consolidate with them before you go after Izuku yourself. Well, who are his friends? Gave me names, not descriptions. However, well, I believe you've seen a regenerator before, right? And you know what they're like? Just as much as myself and Hydras do? One of them, they're half regenerator. However, they use the cover of it being a quirk so that no one asks too many questions. And they seem to have a brother-like figure. That one can turn into a behemoth. Oh my god, those things? Jesus! I only figure something like Lagiacrus would live with a behemoth. What did I tell you, Bakugo, about being so damn judgmental? Sorry. Just... Uh, uh, Is there anyone else? There's one who's trying to use magic to power up their quirk so they can actually be lethal against the enemies they face. That one, Mineta. And from my own type of hearsay, her full name, Minoru Mineta. Minoru Mineta. I believe, seeing as one of them can turn into a behemoth, and the other one is half a generator. Any idea what the Minoru Mineta guy looks like? Maybe we should play the waiting game instead. And then, whenever you see or hear something that would certify them as Minoru Mineta, then you can do so. Well then, the waiting game began. Oh, good God, what the hell happened here? Huh? That was fast. Who are you? Didn't even have enough time to find a hiding spot. Name's, Minoru Mineta. What's yours? Katsuki Bakugo. Why, you ask? What did you do? Huh? Don't act stupid. What did you do to make Izuku like that? Whenever he returned back home, he was a mess. And he still is. I tried to have Koda and Eri stay back. Our place so that they could try to help calm Izuku down. What did you do? What did you say to hurt him like that? I just didn't want what happened to Hydrus to happen to Dirge. He's my only family left. It's the closest thing I do have to family. Hydrus, as in the 7th colossi, and Dirge, as in the 10th colossi. Who are you? Who are you really? I mean, from what I've been told, passers-by, you're believed to be dead. If you are really the actual Katsuki Bakugo, I must be seeing a ghost. Those ghost leviathans down in the deep blue sea. I can assure you this one thing, Mineta. I am not a ghost. Well then, what the hell are you? Some sort of demon? Holy crap! No, it's okay. It's okay. He doesn't know any better. Well, Mineta, for your information, I am very much well alive. All thanks to number 7 and number 10. Numbers 7 and 10. Hydrus and Dirge. If it wasn't for them, I'd be ended up just like my parents. Dead. Oh, so like Izuku. What? You mean, oh god, Aunt Inko's dead? What? Oh god. And it's because of his quirk, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. So, oh, what exactly has been going on now lately? Besides your whole friendship thing with the colossi. Number 7, number 10. Well, technically, Hydrus. Well, we don't exactly know where Hydrus is. Oh god, Mineta, come quick! Izuku? What's going on? What happened? It's Koda. It's not a sea emperor, but it is definitely nothing that seems to have any capacity for mercy. It's hurting him. Just out of the blue. Almost like it heard something and it came, and whenever it saw brother as a behemoth, it instantly attacked, thinking the worst. And at least that's what basically what Izuku said. What? What was the attack like that they're using? The crackling lightning all throughout their body. And they seem to be completely submerged, if not semi-completely submerged, within the water. While doing this, like Izuku, like, almost like the whole rule about conducting electricity doesn't matter to them. And they seem to have the signs that would tell you that they were a colossi, but besides that, nothing else is really all that sure. Oh, surging electricity. Signs of the colossi on their body. Dirge, we found Hydrus! Hydrus! It's me, Bakugo! Huh? You're lucky. Bakugo, Idris, you had me and Dirge so worried. Worried. Oh, poor boy. Poor boy. Don't you poor boy me? You got me worried so much, and so did you, Dirge. We've basically been living in different holes that Dirge has dug and made several rock like covers just in case Mother Nature decides to have another 5-day shit fit. Language, young Bakugo. And young Buck, you haven't changed one bit. I think you would like it that way. Well, actually, I love it that way. Huh? You love it that way? I've missed you so much. I've missed you so much. You have no idea. I thought you were dead. I was so close, but I didn't want to show that to Dirge because of what Dirge might do. Had been thinking that I was suffering because of believing that you were dead. How Dirge would react if something like it happened. Okay, I wouldn't go completely ballistic. You know that's a lie, Dirge. And you know what I just said? Not to lie. Fine. I guess, no guessing. The truth. Okay, I would go ballistic. But that's only because I care a lot about the both of you. It has been rough living underground. But I've tried to keep it to where Bakugo doesn't go up to the surface all that much. Because of everything that happened. The Lagiacrus is one that they both know each other. Izuku and Bakugo. At least the one who's lived to call Izuku Midoriya. That's what he said his name was. And the way he acted whenever basically I confirmed that, well, the several different things that happened back then due to him, I wouldn't expect anything different. Truly is a kind-hearted soul, though. Oh, yes, you mean the one who enjoys turning those sea emperors into snacks. What? Are you trying to say that you've seen Izuku before? Uh, Ma, you've seen Izuku before? Well, it is very entertaining watching him tearing those sea emperors limb from limb. And, well, you see, those ghost leviathans, the look I often give them, keeps them rather quite far away from Izuku than it normally would them just seeing how easy he's able to rip sandburrs apart. I don't think they would want to be a part of anything like that. Mostly these ghost leviathan creatures keep their distance from the both of us. Even whenever I was in a weakened state, due to the wrath of the Lagiacrus, I was still able to intimidate them enough to keep away. Oh, I mean, why not? I mean, me and Dirge both know you're really, really, really tough. But about this Izuku Midoriya, you say the knowledge that there was not much knowledge about if I was alive or dead or not. You say this affected him, Dirge? Affected him, if you mean, caused him to go into a crying fit all the way back to what is believed to be his house. And yes, he was definitely affected royally. Just the two of them, Bakugo looking at Izuku and Izuku looking at Bakugo. It was not a look of fond memories. There seems to have been a big misunderstanding. We need to do something, Lagiacrus. We need to make Izuku not feel like he's a monster as much as he says he is. Or at least, not whenever consider the fact that the both of us have had our turns taking care of Bakugo. Showing that beings considered to be monsters can indeed show affection. Don't have to be evil. It was like the way with the first generation, wasn't it? Peaceful creatures, gentle giants. Yes, very true, Derek, very true. I will try to do the best I can. Izuku Midoriya, hear my call! I am Hydrus, the seventh of the second generation colossi. Huh? Must be hearing things. Izuku Midoriya! Damn it, that's for sure. Wait. Window. Something's outside the window. Wait. That. There's no mistaking it. That's Hydrus. Hydrus, seventh colossi of the second generation. Hear my call. Tell me where you are, and I will come to find you. Not as enemies, but as, hopefully, at least friends. Izuku Midoriya, post to the quirk that allows for transformation into the Lagiacrus. Hear my call. Accepted. You are accepted. Well then, what am I waiting for? Manera, please stay here. This time, you want me to babysit those two. Considering one of them turned into a behemoth and the other one's half a generator, yes. I have business with some colossi. And an old friend. Well, I guess two colossi whenever you consider the other one. Just in case you're wondering, Mineta, it's number 7 and number 10. Attention, 7th and 10th colossi! I am here! Well, I definitely know now you're here. Oh, Bakugo, you were enjoying a nice nap. First outside world nap I've ever had in a long time. Well, how does the outside world feel? It's definitely different than the usual underground world that Dirge tried to create for me. Pa's really nice like that. Oh, so you call him Pa? That's adorable. But On to other more specific matters. Hydrus, Dirge, do you hear my call? We hear your call. Ah, I see. Both of you. It's good to see familiar faces. I'm terribly sorry for what happened, Hydrus. Don't be. You were only 5, Izuku. You didn't know any better. Especially not so early as to where you barely knew how to control the Lagiacrus form as if they were like broken training wheels. Cheese what? Cheeseburger, yes. Double. That's my dad, guys. He has a tendency to not close the door completely. Anyways, thought Tilly was in here. So truly, it is not your fault. But it is a very strange coincidence that the incident happened. What the hell? It is a very strange coincidence that the incident happened in the midst of our training long ago. You remember, right? To be able to create explosions from your quirk, like how I create electricity from my body. The same way. Yeah, so I could be like you. That is something you've always asked about ever since we had gained that bond. Yeah. You think we could still continue doing that training sometime soon? Well, I do indeed feel a lot more rested after the time that I had been away. So, maybe soon. Okay, Ma. Oh my god, you go Hydra's Ma! It is so adorable! Izuku, we can tell you're having a hard time straining yourself to understand us. Please, just turn to Lagiacrus form so you can fully understand us without having to strain yourself. The pained look on your face. It's obvious as hell. It sticks out like a sore thumb, and to be truthful, we both hate it for you. Oh, yeah. Keep on trying to not kill everything I see. And I think that every time I turn into Lagiacrus, it's just something I have to do. Kill something. Every time. So you lack control. Well, maybe. You might have 2 students. One to teach how to use their quirk, like how you use your electricity, and the other to teach how to get some control. It's more or less how I think about my power, not really my power in general. So, I mean, I don't think it's needed, the training. Like, I've been feeling myself lately. Ever since all of this happened. I haven't had any time to think about myself. No. To form any sort of anything. Just cruel, cruel life. Indeed. So, Hydrus, what do you think of this? I think that you, Izuku Midoriya, need to learn To live and let live. You need to learn to go with the flow. Understand your pros and your cons, not as signs that you are weak, but as signs that there is room to improve, and that you don't need to rush that improvement either. That everything will follow its own path once you reach that inner zen. Once you are able to tell yourself that you are strong and that you can find a way to fight through this without actually having to fight. And a gentle giant like you guys keep on forgetting to do that. Oh, I'll make a mental note. Just stop procrastinating on the whole subject. I know what you're talking about. Meditation. And I'm glad you brought it up, Hydrus. Meditation to help. Help me not be so shattered to pieces all the time. Every time I become the form of the Lagiacrus. So that I can have control. Beyond just being a ruthless killer. Izuku, if you need meditation, damn, your life must be really screwy. If you need actually to meditate to control your core, little guy, Chris. Three, two, wait, huh? Why are you smack! Ow! What the hell, Ma? Smack! Ow! Okay, I should have remembered. No swearing. But what was the first one for? You know what it was for. Okay, fine. You're right, Ma. I guess I truly haven't had a chance to run away with myself ever since we thought we lost you. Never got a chance to run away with myself like how I usually used to be able to do. And be one with my element. The fire surging through me, just like how it surges through your body. I never got that chance ever since. Being underground, don't want it to capsize on top of you. Say, Izuku Midoriya. Yes, I do indeed think that it would be nice for all of us to meet with one another. Perhaps a special occasion. Wait, Izuku. Yeah? I don't think Mom is all that wrong about the special occasion part. What do you mean? You do know it's almost Christmas, right? And my birthday's on Christmas, isn't it? You forgot your birthday? Oh god, you really do live a depressing life if you forgot your freaking birthday. At least I know, well, maybe it's because of the hilarity of it, but 420, that's my birthday. But to have such a depressing life as to forget yours, I mean, good god, you really do need a special occasion, and quick. And, you have a piece of paper with you or something to write on? Or something to write with? Uh, you're gonna make a list, yes, for you. Special occasion, remember? Uh, oh, uh, well, I'll get back to you whenever I think of something. Is that okay? Not until you promise me you're gonna do that. And not just any promise. Pinky swear. Pinky swear. You know those are type of promises you can never go back on. Exactly. That's why pinky swear. Pinky swear. I pinky swear that I will indeed get back to you whenever I think of something. Not just me, but Mom and Pa too. Yes, of course. I mean, you would be living with them, so that's why I didn't include them. Because, it's just common sense. Izuku! Really making it hard to, not lose control of my quirk. Trying to make it so it's like Ma, but yeah, with you being so damn dense in the head and trying to be all smart alecky with me. You keep so calm. Izuku, the fact that he forgot his own damn birthday. A block ago, you're actually doing a lot better with that whole keeping calm thing. For example, even though you seem rather frustrated, your body still is indeed emitting your quirk, just in the way Hydrus emits her electricity. What? You mean, yes, my child. Indeed, you seem to have mastered the power that holds so close to us. My explosions are like your electricity. Ma, it worked. I did it. Yes, indeed you did. Izuku, do you hear that? It's working. I did it. I'm able to control it. Oh, yeah. Great for you. Happy face, I guess. Damn, he's depressing. Ow! What was that for? You know that with the way everything works, he can still hear you. Oh yeah, giant monster, giant ears. Ow! Yeah. Gentle giant ears. At least you do it with the tail. It's like the lightest part of your body. But if I were to do it with any other part of my body, you probably would be dead by now. True, Ma, true. This is very, very true. Well, let's at least try to think of the positives of this situation. You do know how everything is to go now. You no longer have to be stuck in the underground. It can be different. Oh yeah, on top of the training of how to use my quirk, like how Ma's able to use her electricity, I've also been doing a different kind of training. Like what, my son? My child. Well, ploosh. Bakugo, my child. It's okay. Let him show you. A while later, how long has he been down there? Is he even still alive? If he was dead, his body would have flown back up to the surface by now. Smack! What the hell? Don't make jokes like that, Dirge! But, did Pa just get smacked by the tail? Yes, your Pa did indeed get smacked by the tail. Damn! Uh-oh, crap! Ow! Okay, I deserve that. Still, man, Dad, what did you do to make Mom so damn angry? I made a comment about what would actually have happened if you were actually dead down there. Well, seeing as you've been gone for so long, I don't exactly blame you for not understanding. Not understanding what? You mean, yes, every time Bakugo isn't underground, he's underwater. Doing some sort of, what do you call it? I thought, you know, that is such a long-running thing that I thought you would have remembered it by now. Oxygen stamina training. Or more or less, lung stamina training. To be more realistic. And, blunt. Lung stamina? Yeah. It's gotten to the point where I can actually, go several rounds. Now, whenever he says rounds, he means literally the 5 days and nights that went by, that entire storm you guys went through. That is literally how long he can be underwater. And he calls those rounds. My child! That's amazing! Thanks, Mom. I was just trying to, I guess, I guess one of us was more successful at not being depressed than the other. I'm surprised it was me, though. Well, you had a lot of things to keep you from getting depressed. You had the training, and the training you made for yourself. Yeah, Ma's training and my training. That actually does help a lot in keeping myself from getting all depressed. Though, I still feel I don't want to get myself too down in the dumps. So, I kind of did that as something to pass the time and not feel so bad. Well, now that Izuku is on the path of meditation and not procrastinating on it so much, or at least he will get the tail if he ends up procrastinating on meditation even more than he already has, he definitely indeed will get the tail. Dang, Mom! Getting the tail through a Lagiacrus? That's kind of like a death wish. Yes, I know the danger, but if it is to straighten that young lad up, I will indeed do what needs to be done. Besides, maybe whenever it gets to the both of you being happy, you can be friends again. What are you talking about? I wouldn't have brought up the wish list. Not really a wish list, but more or less a list in general. If I wasn't, friends with him. At least I feel like. on, see how justice. The injustice on. Damn it. And done.